Welcome to Executive Access, your home for real talk with industry leaders. I am your host, Jamie Tazi. Today, I'm talking about something close to my heart. Why even the best of us, top performers, rock stars, the ones everyone bets on, the best of us feel a quiet discontent that can change everything. And more importantly, what you can do about it in your own life. 6 years ago, I packed my suitcase and walked away from Microsoft. I was a top performer. I loved leading my team, and I enjoyed the perks financially, prestige factor, flexibility, autonomy. Everyone was shocked. Jamie, why would you leave? But deep down, I was wrestling with a growing discontent. It started small, almost unnoticeable, but it grew until I couldn't ignore it. And here's the thing, I'm not alone. Because after I left, my phone blew up. I was shocked. Friends, colleagues, top performers across industries, they all confessed that they feel the same way. A very senior executive, the heir apparent to the CEO position, called to confess that she was ready to leave to start a small, unrelated consumer business. A cardiologist at the most prestigious institution in the world wanting to talk to me about completely walking away. And 6 years later, I hear every day evidence of the same story. Just on Monday, 2 days ago, I heard that one of my clients lost his top executive performer, and it was a complete shock to him. Why? I think it's because top performers are wired to hit the gas pedal. We're so busy achieving. We bury our dreams just below the surface. We don't share them, and especially not our problems, because we think we'll be judged by our organizations. I used to say, I'm all in, corporate vice president, it's my dream job. But at home, I was dreaming a different dream. Does that sound familiar? Maybe you're telling your boss you're thrilled, but at night you're wondering, is this really it? Is this really all there is? Here's the truth. That discontent comes from a hunger for purpose. Each of us is wonderfully and uniquely made with a God-given purpose. When we can't connect our work to that purpose, or we might not even be clear on our purpose, the discontent grows until it boils over. But like most human endeavors, finding purpose is messy. And as high achievers, we're too busy crushing it to reflect on what we're chasing. I didn't have clarity when I left Microsoft. I thought selling software wasn't purposeful. And I thought I had to leave Microsoft to pursue my purpose. And while I have zero regrets, I realize now that I was wrong. Microsoft gave me an enormous platform to live into my purpose. I just didn't see it at the time, and nobody was talking to me about that. So what can you do? Let's talk about 3 steps you can take to find clarity and make your work epic, whether you stay in your role or you launch into something new. First, have a brave, honest conversation with yourself, for starters. Acknowledge that one day you will leave your job, maybe in 6 months, 6 years, or 16 years, but it will happen. Get real about your dreams. Ask yourself, what's my purpose? What makes me feel alive? Don't worry if the answers aren't clear yet. Just start the conversation. Try journaling for 10 minutes a day. Write down what you value most, what you'd do if fear wasn't in the way. That's where the magic begins. Second, create a space to reflect on your purpose. You're busy, I get it, but carve out time, maybe a weekend retreat or an hour a week to explore your why. Grab a notebook and answer questions like, what's my unique strength? How do my values show up in my life? If you're stuck, check out Simon Sinek's Find Your Why for exercises to dig deeper. You can also try workshops or online courses on personal purpose, and I'll link to one that was a game changer for me in the episode notes. The goal is to draft a clear statement of what drives you. Mine is about loving and encouraging others. So what's yours? Third, set goals that honor all of your life roles, not just your career. You're not just a professional. You're a partner, a parent, a friend, a community member. Your goals should encompass life roles around work, of course, but also family and community, health, wealth, faith, and wisdom. Map out your roles and set one meaningful goal for each. Maybe it's saving for a dream trip, or volunteering locally, or prioritizing your health. Then talk to your manager or a mentor about how your work can align with these goals. Be bold. Share your purpose statement. I remember the first time I got up the courage to make it clear that I wanted to raise my family living in Charleston, not move to Seattle where the company I felt was pushing me. And you know what? The leaders of my business agreed and made accommodations for me to do part of my work remotely. Prior to that, I'd lived in fear that somehow telling the truth would limit my opportunities. If your job can't align with your purpose, that's okay. Use this clarity to plan your next step with confidence. Here's why this matters. Clarity on your purpose is life-changing. It builds trust in yourself and deepens your impact. Harvard research shows that purpose-driven people are more engaged and resilient. Gallup estimates that disengaged employees cost companies thousands. But for you, disengagement costs you joy, fulfillment, maybe even years in a role that doesn't fit. For me, I left Microsoft thinking I had to start over to find purpose. But if I'd had these conversations earlier, I might have stayed longer, thriving in a way I didn't think was possible there. So let's flip the script. You don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to hide your dreams. Take these steps, have that honest conversation, reflect on your purpose, set holistic goals, and watch your work become epic. You deserve to live a life aligned with who you were created and uniquely designed to be. Thank you for joining today. If you're feeling inspired, share this episode with a friend who needs to hear it, and check out the episode notes for resources that will help you get started.